go to the bathroom. Yeah, it might happen for you guys. I'm not saying it will. I'm not saying it won't. It's a possibility. Every time he goes to the bathroom, undigested parts of the food he's eating pass through his droppings and fall back down to the forest floor. Now, because it's undigested, that means there's still nutrients in there. So simply put, every time Skittles poops, he's helping to replant producer plants into the rainforest. It's kind of weird, right, when we think about it. But it's super useful because as a parrot, he can take a plant from this side of the forest and move it all the way over to that side, and we call that seed dispersal. And it's something that a lot of parrots and tortoises and turtles do as well, simply by going to the bathroom. So we love having our parrots out in the wild. Can I walk now? Yeah, I wanted to make sure he didn't fall. Simply by having our parrots in the wild where they live, they're helping to make sure that there's a constant food supply of those producers. And they're helping to make sure that they spread that to different areas. All right, so what questions do we have about Skittles? Go ahead. Amazon. What animal eats him? Great question, because as an herbivore, you know he has to have predators, right? He's not hurting anything. He doesn't even eat bugs. But there's lots of animals that want to hurt Skittles or want to make Skittles their lunch. So he needs to worry about snakes, and he needs to worry about birds of prey. So he has, on the level below him and the level above him, predators abound. So if you notice, his eyes are placed on the side of his head. That's because he can see better when his eyes are on the side of his head. Most predators sneak up behind or on the side, so having his eyes on the side lets him see what's going on. Well, that means directly in front of him, he can't really see all the time. So you might see him turn his head, so he can look to see what's in that direction. Yeah. Ooh. The other thing you might notice is that he has googly eyes. He looks like a craft project, right? You know those little sticky eyeballs that you can put on different things? Well, that's because he doesn't have a lot of feathers around his eyes. Again, they would block his vision of potential predators. What else do you want to know about Skittles? Go ahead. How did we find him? Skittles was actually born at another zoo, and then he came to live with us once he got a little bit older. So he's always spent his life not in the wild. And so for that reason, he's not too good at flying. He doesn't have a lot of the natural behaviors that we like to see in our animals. But I think what happened was he was born at a zoo, they weren't expecting it, and they didn't have the room for him, and that's why he came to live with us. Okay. Yes.